On the bench today is a Pioneer PL 12D. Pretty rough shape. You can see the dust cover is pretty bad. If I can get it off here, I may have to unscrew it. It's like, there we go. And the turntable is in the same condition. Probably really can't see how bad that was. Let's get a cotton swab and show you. It is caked. I guess it's not horrible, but that's pretty dirty. So on this one, let me start up my extra phone here, an old phone that I just used to figure out turntable speed. I had to put a new belt on it, or actually, well, I had a belt for it. So I put a new belt on it, and if I remember right, the speed is locked in pretty good. The arm is missing from the head shell. I don't think I have anything to repair that with. So, but luckily, this is a turntable where the tone arm, let me show you, the tone arm elevator is working. So, and damping is good on it, so I won't have to redamp it. Very bouncy, right? I may show you how you can help with that. I think I will do that on this one. Yeah, we'll add that to this project. So first, let's take a look at speed. I have not listened to sound because the stylus is gone from the head shell. And let's look at speed on this. If I can find my speed, RPM, there we go. All right. Well, that's good. That's pretty good. Let's see what's going on there. That's amazing. Is the motor spinning? Oh, I wonder what's going on. Well, that's not... You know, that belt's loose. I think I have a new one somewhere. Maybe not. This video may not even get off the ground today. May have to jump to one of my other projects. Let's see. Let me see if I can find a belt for this. So we're running fast, 34.9, but as I look at the spindle for the motor, and again, I haven't done anything to this yet. As I look at the spindle coming off the motor, it is caked with old belt residue. So I'm going to have to clean that off. And I can remove the spindle and do it. What I like to do is just let the motor run and kind of hit it with some alcohol and a cotton swab. So we can run it like so. And then see what comes off. See that belt just coming right off there. So, because that actually increases the diameter of the spindle. So if you have speed issues, now I don't think it's going to adjust it down 1.5 rotations per minute. This belt supposedly fits this, but it was an eBay belt that I bought a long time ago that, hell, I may have put something else in the container, right, the packaging for it, so I'm not 100% sure that it is in fact the right belt for this, but and if we're close, we can do a little bit of work on this spindle. But I mean, it's just, I mean, look at that. There's a lot of belt on there left, so not going to be real interesting watching me do this. Probably going to take me several minutes to get that off of there. So what I'll do is I'll continue doing this, and then I'll come back after it is clean. This one's been sitting for a little bit. I had to get a stylus. The head shell does not have the little arm that's normally riveted onto the head shell. Then I had to buy a belt for it. So pop this off. Fire up my spare phone here. Hopefully it's charged. Yeah. So I'm going to start off by putting the new belt on. A little bit of staining on the platter. Hoping this will be a quick video. I'll probably just jinx myself though, because it's usually how it goes. So this is a belt I just bought off of eBay. A seller that I have bought belts from in the past. And I did check this one over. Damping seems okay. Tone arm elevator works just fine. At least if I remember correctly, it does. That belt feels a little tight, but we'll see. All right, let's check the speed out. Yeah, it's a little fast still. Dang it. See how if it slows down here. Yeah, 34. It was doing this with the other belt too, so running fast. And at 34, that's going to be pretty audible. You're going to be able to hear that. The platter spindle's clean. Well, that sucks. And it sucks because I went through several different belts that I have, and I think one of the, sorry, I'm just grabbing some belts from my little belt stash over here. I think one of the other belts was actually a better fit in terms of speed. So this is the new one. This one looks to be the same size, but it's not quite as tight. Or maybe it is. And speed regulation on these is almost impossible. I mean, well, I shouldn't say almost impossible. What I mean by that is there's no adjustment in the service manual to dial the speed in on these. Yeah, 34.01. And I don't know why all these belts are really tight. Well, let me fiddle around here, see if I can find a belt that fits it better, and see if we can. All right, so old belt works better than the new belt. I'm getting a little bit of rubbing though on the guide, on the bottom of the guide. So I may have to see about adjusting that. I mean, it's barely audible, but I can't hear it. So, yeah, it's rubbing just a little tiny bit. Probably because the belt is, when I compare the sizes, the belt seems to be the same size as the new one in terms of the width. So I don't know if I want to adjust the spindle. I may push the spindle down and see if that solves the problem. If it'll go down, that might be as far down as it goes. Yeah, I could drop it just a little bit. So let's see if that helps with that rubbing. Nope. It may have gotten worse. Maybe I have to bring it up. I don't know that I'm going to worry about it too much because, yeah, I think I have to bring it up. All right. Let's see if I put it about there. Probably be my last adjustment on that one. And we'll go on to the next task. Yep, quiet. See how speed is? 33.4. Not going to get it much better than that. Let's start from a dead stop and see what it does. I don't like how it starts out that slow. And now it's rubbing again. You piece of shit. Not feeling this turntable today. Let me go on to doing something a little more enjoyable. Yeah, still rubbing like a son of a gun. Oops, let's try this again. Starting off slow. It's going to blow by 33. Gosh, that could be a motor issue. It's rubbing. Well, the spindle was loose, that's why it was rubbing. Guess I didn't tighten it down enough. Not having that tight would definitely cause a problem. Cause it to slip a little bit. And this new belt is really tight on there. This will probably be back in the 34s. And, you know, normally there's nothing on the spindle. Sometimes there's a an old belt is melted or something like that. Yep, 34.9 or 0.09. Boy, getting the speed regulated is going to be a pain. And I can remove material from the spindle to get the new belt to work, but I don't really want to do that. Oh, come on, stay locked on there. Well, it's quiet. It just takes it a while to get up to speed. And that jump, so did you see that jump where it goes from 33.1 to like 33.4? Sometimes that's what I've seen in the past is that's an issue with the motor. It hasn't been serviced, lubed. It has to kind of overcome some gunk in there. So I'm thinking I need to kind of clean this off. Oh, this thing is dirty. There's some of this dust. Let's see if I lube that motor. Can't see there's a hole down in there. Oh, there it goes. So I put like 4 drops in there. It says 3 drops, I put 4. Just kind of figure it's been a minute since it's been serviced, so run that for a little bit. Let that oil work its way down in there. Let's see what happens. And then I'll go on to cleaning this up and pulling that spindle out, testing for sound, and hopefully buttoning it up here pretty soon. It still gets to speed a little slow, and then it jumps. Well, I'm gonna call it good. I mean, this is a shop turntable, so I'm not gonna go crazy. Plus, this, boy, that's pretty sketchy. If I remember correctly on this one, I think this just comes out from the top. Maybe not. Maybe I have to do it from the bottom. Now let me flip this over and see what I can get to from the bottom.